Alrighty folks, welcome back to a new episode. We are here once again at Wilderness State Park, just a few hundred feet away from Lake Michigan. And we have yet another busy day here as our Michigan road trip continues. So take you down to the beach, let you know what's going on real quick. Alright, so last night got a great sleep, although sunset and sunrise both got rained out, so wasn't able to see them. But as of right now, looks like it's going to be a really nice day. So told you last week I was going to take you down to the Nebo Trail and do about 6 miles back to a lake. I think that's what we're going to do. Still got to pack up the campsite, but yeah, I wanted to get one last view here of the Mackinac Straits as Lake Michigan connects to Lake Huron off in the distance. You can see the UP way off, a little kind of shadow off in the distance. That's the UP. And yeah, have this beach all to myself this morning. You can see a couple loons off in the distance. Just a gorgeous area here. Would not mind coming back here one day. It was totally worth the drive. Like I said last week, this was probably one of my most highly anticipated places to visit on this trip. But yeah, we're gonna pack up camp, head down to the Nebo Trail, and then we're gonna drive 3 hours south to another new state park for the journey. We got 2 state parks left after this one. We'll be checking out Leelanau State Park. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see a little bit about Leelanau, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But all right, enough rambling. We're gonna get packed up here and get to hiking. Alrighty, well, we're all packed up and ready to roll down the road. We got a 3-hour drive still ahead of us today as we head to a new state park, which will be coming out next week as we head down to Leelanau State Park. But before we hit the road and drive 3 hours, wanted to get a little hiking under my belt today. So we have arrived here at the Nebo Trail. It looks like an old logging road. Looks pretty nice. Here's a nice view of a little overview of Wilderness State Park's map here. So give you a little information. We camped here last night and kind of did some beach hiking in last week's episode if you missed that. Today we're parked here, and my idea was to hike down to this O'Neill Lake, which looks to be about I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 miles. So that's the plan. We'll also be crossing the North Country Trail as well today, do a little bit of this Hemlock Trail. But yeah, overall should be a pretty fun day. So that's the goal. Whether we make it to O'Neill Lake or not, it doesn't really matter. If it gets too buggy, if it gets too nasty, we'll turn around. But definitely want to do a little bit of hiking today. So let me get the bag on and I'll be taking you along the Nebo Trail. All right, and on to the Nebo Trail we go. We've already made it to trail junction number 6. This is the start of the Hemlock Trail. Already seen a deer and quite a variety of different wildflowers. You can see all these daisies dotting alongside the trail here. Seen some lilies as well, and a couple that I have no clue what they were. And before I hit the trail, I ended up having a conversation with Tim. He is a trail maintainer for the North Country Trail. So shout out to Tim. Thanks for keeping these trails in tip-top shape. So as we continue on here along the Hemlock Trail, figured I would talk a little bit about this area. So if you missed last week's episode, we did a little beach hiking. This week I'm taking you into the forest, but Wilderness State Park definitely lives up to its name. One of the largest state parks in Michigan, if not the largest, over 10,000 acres. Like I said, it definitely lives up to its name. This area has an active wolf population, black bear, elk, deer, and pretty much anything you can really imagine living here lives here. So yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes open today, and maybe we'll catch a glimpse of something. But yeah, let's continue on along the Nebo Trail. What a trail so far. This is just absolutely beautiful. All kinds of moss covered birch trees. You got a couple hemlocks dotted throughout the area. But wow, really glad I decided to come out and do this trail today. I was kind of debating whether or not just to drive down to Leland now and call it quits here at Wilderness, but just absolutely gorgeous here first thing in the morning. You gotta love those old handmade wooden signs. And we're making some good progress here. Just made it to marker number 9 here. Got a very short distance between 9 and 10 and 10 and 11. But yeah, so far so good. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Bugs are starting to come out, but no complaints. It's a gorgeous area. And if you just stop and listen, just dead quiet. Except for the bugs. Never gets old seeing these white birch along the trail. I wish there was more of those down in Pennsylvania. But here we are, made it to marker 11 here. We'll take a look at this real quick. So we're gonna go from 11 to 15. This is a good stretch of trail here. Probably the longest section that we're gonna do. I think it's about a mile. So we'll also be seeing this cabin along the way. So I'm guessing they probably would open up this road for folks to come back to the cabin. But still cool nonetheless that they have that available. Wilderness has something for everyone. If you're a rustic camper like me, you want to have a walking site right on the beach, if you want full hookups for your Class A, or if you want to drive back a road like this to a secluded cabin in the middle of the woods, Wilderness has got you covered. So yeah, let's continue on here to what is that, number 15 I believe. So yeah, we'll be looking for 15 next. We'll do 16 and then 17 and head back. So that's the goal, to make it to 17. Well, taking a little breather, stumbled upon this trailside shelter here. The bugs seem like they don't enjoy coming in here, so it's a nice little reprieve getting away from all the black flies and mosquitoes, but pretty cool. Not really sure if this coincides with the North Country Trail or not, but I'm not sure if we even passed it yet. It might be down a little bit further, but we probably got about another maybe mile, maybe not even that, to get to O'Neill Lake. So yeah, definitely nice to stop and not get eaten alive here, but pretty cool. Show you a little view, a little small, little area you can eat. I'm not sure if people camp back here or not, but we got some firewood back here if you want to come back and hang out. All right, well, we made it to this little sandy meadow, I'm calling it. You can see post number 15's over there, and just behind me here, number 16. But yeah, take a look at this area, pretty unique. All kinds of little mosses growing around. But here is post number 16, and we're gonna head to 17 and turn around. So 17 will get us to O'Neill Lake. I'm sure it's gonna be a nice, pleasant area with no bugs at all. And we'll be heading down this way, I believe. There's a little caution sign down there. Wonder what that says. I think it just says caution narrow trail. So yeah, we got one more stop for the day before we head back and drive 3 hours to Leela now. Probably covered in ticks. I got about 1 million mosquito bites on me, but worth it. Yeah, talk about a dense forest. Gives you kind of like Washington State feel. Feels like a rainforest back here. All these tall pine trees and undergrowth. Definitely a pretty unique area here. Pine cones all over the trail. But we should be coming up to O'Neill Lake here within the next 5 minutes, I'm thinking. You can almost make out a clearing up ahead. I'm not sure if that's the lake or not, but yeah, spectacular hike so far. This trail is really well maintained. I was a little bit nervous about having to bushwhack parts of this, but wow, it's just incredible back here. So yeah, I'll see you at O'Neill Lake here in just a second, hopefully. All right, well, headed up this little spur trail, and here's our first view of O'Neill Lake. So I think I'm gonna press on here for another 10 minutes or so. I think there's a shelter down a little bit further, so might stop there, get something to eat, and start our journey back. The trail isn't getting any better as we continue on through the forest here. As you can tell, the bugs aren't either. But wow, just look how pristine this looks. Looks like nobody's ever touched this area. You can just imagine a moose wading through all these lilies here. But all right, enough talk. Let's continue on. All right, folks, well, I think we have made it to our furthest point here. The campground trail continues on, as you can see, but I figured this view was good enough for me. We're kind of smack dab in the middle of a swamp and O'Neill Lake here, but yeah, check out these views. Like I said, you can just imagine a moose wading through here, eating some of the reeds and lilies. Little islands are forming, made of some grasses, it looks like, and you can even see some rare Michigan mountains off in the distance. But this place is just beautiful, absolutely quiet. Just take a minute and just listen. Yeah, pretty awesome. So like I said, we're not going to go any further. It does look like this would be a nice little area to camp, though. I mean, can't really beat this. Does not seem like too many people use this trail. Haven't seen a single soul all day. But yeah, we're just gonna take a breather here, eat a little lunch, and get back on the trail. Even the bugs must enjoy this view because they haven't bothered me since I got here. So yeah, I'll leave you with this view of O'Neill Lake. All right, well, we are closing in on the truck here in just a couple of minutes. And as you can see, I actually have blue skies today, which is just wild considering the weather that I've had on this trip. This is the first day I didn't get totally drenched or rained out on the trail. Knock on wood, it'll probably start pouring on me within the minute I say that. But yeah, I figured I would wrap up this video here, ending the little mini series, part 2 from Wilderness State Park. If you missed last week's episode where we did a little beach hiking, check that out. It's worth the view. And yeah, so we're gonna get back to the truck and literally drive 3 hours south right after this trail to NealLakeQuest State Park. So if you want to see that, if you aren't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are, thank you. I try to say it every video, but you guys seriously rock. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is just mind-boggling to me that 5,000 of you are watching these stupid little videos I make. But yeah, so some other things, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I post a lot of like behind the scenes footage and sneak peeks of where my next adventures are going to take me. So yeah, we're going to be wrapping up the Michigan State Park series here in just a couple of days. I got 2 more state parks to check out. So yeah, I'll see you next week from NealLakeQuest State Park. All right, folks, stay safe out there.